Not our name makes it sound like cowboys, but I agree with the rest.
Man, Hawkgirl said some shit the Peacemaker was not supposed to hear.
Toxic community!
Well, except they left out the part where she insulted her stupid girlfriend named Ellie. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for today, this one's going to be doing my very first review for the second season of Peacemaker from the James Gunn DCU. This one is for episode 1, titled The Ties That Grind. So, we are back with Peacemaker. I definitely wanted to give my thoughts on this first episode, especially because DC, man, has been killing it lately. They really have. Like, this year, they have been giving us some absolutely great content, and this is no exception. The first episode's out right now. Definitely go ahead and check it out if you haven't seen it yet. This episode had so many things. It was outrageous. It was funny. It was action-packed. It was emotional. It was nuts. And I mean that quite literally. This episode went everywhere. This episode was awesome. So we're going to talk about spoilers in this one, so definitely make sure to watch it before you watch this review. So, it's been a good while since we've seen Peacemaker. It's been a while since I saw Season 1, admittedly. It's been a hot minute. I actually admittedly forgot this was coming out this week until I heard about it, and I was like, oh shit, Peacemaker. So I was like, okay, we're definitely going to bring some reviews on the channel for this, because the DCU has been killing it lately, and I was like, man, honestly, this show is so good, I had to talk about Season 2. So, this episode really picks up with some big drama from what happened last season. Obviously, after, Peacemaker killed his father, of course, which we saw last season, and a lot of big events. Now we're kind of seeing him kind of go through a lot of those moments, and we kind of have a bit of a insane fight scene in this one where, he kind of, in this alternate universe, he kind of spends time with his dad. He spends time with Keith, of course, his brother, and it's really emotional. I did find it kind of emotional, the scene where he kind of looks at him, and he kind of is like, hey, like, I love you, and he's just like, man, take your drunk ass home, and he's just like, no, man, I love you, and it's like, damn, man, it hit, you know what I mean? And then they kind of throw a swerve in you there near the end where it's like, oh shit, we've got Peacemaker versus Peacemaker. And, obviously he kills that other version of himself there near the end of the episode. He actually takes him out. So I was like, oh shit. So now obviously it kind of makes you wonder, how is that going to impact that, multiverse, of course, is kind of an interesting question. So the boss fight was sick. That was a really cool scene. Peacemaker's stuff in this one was really good. And when he kind of fought that other version of himself, I was like, oh shit, man, that ain't good, man. I tell you what, that's crazy. But I did like seeing his father. I did like seeing Keith. I thought that was cool. Kind of going through that trauma and seeing them again was definitely very cool. To see Robert Patrick, obviously, is always incredible. Robert Patrick is a stellar actor, and it was cool to still have him, in this season, obviously, even though, he was killed off, obviously, in season 1, but I did like seeing him like that. I thought that was really cool, and kind of did a lot for Peacemaker's character, which I thought was good. Now, we've also got a lot of crazy scenes in this one. Now, the opening scene was kind of funny. Obviously, he's trying to kind of say, like, hey, like, it's, it's cold out, like, you're not going outside, and, obviously he lets his pet, free, of course, so that was, great, and I like that stuff. That was all really good. We have the intro, love the intro with them dancing around and shit like that. It's a classic intro at this point. It's one of those intros, you can't skip it, and if you skip it, I don't know how to talk to you. I don't know, because the intro is always great. Now, obviously, you've got Peacemaker in this one that is deciding to kind of audition, obviously, to be part of the mega team. Now, we had some cameos from Superman in this one, which I thought was great. Obviously, Green Lantern and Hawkgirl, of course, which were both in the Superman movie, so I thought that was great to see them. Obviously, this Green Lantern is a stellar one. He was incredible in the new Superman movie. I highly recommend checking out that movie if you haven't, because he was awesome. And, obviously, Hawkgirl as well, too. We know her as Dina from The Last of Us, and she's great as Hawkgirl as well, too. way better than Dina. And I really, really enjoyed seeing them in this episode. It was really good. But it was honestly a highlight of the episode for me. It might even be one of my favorite parts where he's sitting there kind of explaining explaining himself, trying to kind of describe himself, trying to sell himself to them, and they think they're on mute, right? I think we've all had those moments where we think our mic is muted and we say shit that the other person should not be hearing, you know what I mean? That was the most relatable scene in the world, I can't even lie. I can't count how many, Discord calls I've had where it's like, oh shit, I'm muted, oh shit, or oh, I'm not muted, okay, shit, but yeah, no, it was hilarious. It was absolutely funny as hell. And obviously he says, he's like, yeah, I heard the whole thing. And they're like, oh shit, you heard the whole thing? What did you hear specifically? You know what I mean? They were talking about some real personal shit. So I laughed at that. That was hilarious. That's some outrageous shit like per usual. And yeah, it was really, really good. I liked seeing, those characters from the movie, obviously. It felt like they ripped them right out of the film, admittedly. And then here they are here in Peacemaker. Absolutely incredible to see them. Now, okay. The Harcourt stuff. Now, her storyline in this is insane, obviously. She's kind of, past due on her bills from what we're noticing. Her life is kind of flipped upside down. She's not really handling it too well. And she goes into this bar, and, well, this stuff was insane. I mean, she picks a big fight with one of the guys, of course. Calls his beard a cum beard. I was like, what the hell? And pisses him off hardcore. And then obviously she kind of handles her own. I'm not going to lie. She soloed a lot of those guys at first. And I was like, damn, this is pretty badass. You know what I'm saying? She's, handling her own. But they handled it the realistic route. She does end up getting, overtaken because there's so many of them in there. And then they, of course, chuck her out of there, and they're like, yeah, bye, bitch, So, yeah, you can definitely tell she did that just to kind of feel something, you know what I mean? She's kind of going through a lot, and she's just trying to feel anything at this point, so I thought that was pretty crazy as well. And, badass as usual, as she is. I mean, Season 1, she was badass. Season 2, hell, they may have even promoted her. That was honestly one of my favorite fight scenes we've had of the show so far. That was really good. But yeah, it was great to be back, and it was a great first episode. We had butts, we had dicks, we had everything in there, man. We had everything. I mean, that party alone was insane. This show honestly reminds me of The Boys, if anybody's seen The Boys. It has that outrageous humor, but then it'll flip the switch and be emotional 2 seconds later. Like, it's got that outrageous vibe. James Gunn does a great job at bringing that to the DCU. I actually think that's what the DCU has kind of been needing, is that type of writing style where you get these badass fights, you get these great character moments, but then you get these just insane, action sequences and outrageous moments, and it blends together so nicely, you know what I mean? It makes for a great TV show.
Good for you, asshole! I'm getting blinked to death!
And, it had that, it had tones of that Superman movie, and that's what I really like. So, yeah, it feels like it's directly faithful to what we've been seeing in the DCU. This was a great first episode. Admittedly, I had no issues with it. I'm going to give it a perfect 10 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely stellar. I thought it was great. I thought it was, fun, outrageous, hilarious. And there were some great character moments in this that I really enjoyed. In particular for Peacemaker himself, I thought was great. So, John Cena, man, I mean, you can't beat him. You cannot beat this man's performance. He's always good. He's always at the top of his game. And to be honest, I think we're in for a really amazing season here, honestly. I don't know how many episodes are in this season. I'm assuming 8, but again, let me know, y'all, if y'all know more information than I do, because admittedly, I kind of forgot about this show for a little bit, and then I heard it was coming back this week, and I was like, oh shit, so I'm kind of getting right back into it. But what's funny? I'm just getting right back into it, but this episode pulled me right the hell back in. I'm ready for next week, you know what I'm saying? It was great. It didn't take me long to get back into it. As soon as I got into the first few minutes, I was like, oh shit, here we go, So yeah, stellar episode, 10 out of 10 from me. I loved it all. Thank y'all for watching. Definitely make sure to post your comments down below, guys, about the Peacemaker premiere. What did you think about it? How did you feel about it? And what do you think about, just being back in the DCU again with the TV shows, you know what I'm saying? So if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos for Peacemaker. Make sure to enjoy and follow me on Dan's Reviews official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Peacemaker. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. fans, reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.